But what if we don't want to be though?
That's too
Why, hello there.
bad.
I technically have not ever had you sign anything saying you consent to being recorded and put online, so...
Well, it depends on what we're recording, Logan.
Oh, yikes.
I'm against being filmed playing D&D, but, you know, you can record me doing other stuff.
That's completely true.
Wink, wink.
That's a very Travis thing to say.
Shoulders out. Gross.
Big shove the shoulders.
Yeah, being filmed playing D&D is embarrassing. Doing that other stuff, well, that's just a day out in the park, baby.
In
I
the
mean,
park.
one's just my personality, which is disgusting. One's just my body, which is also. I mean, it's fine. it's getting there.
It's getting there.
We're working our way up.
That's your that's like your Tinder profile, like bio. It's getting there.
Work in progress.
Oh man. So, oh hello everyone. My name is Never Say Die. Logan Never Say Dies on the internet. I'm gonna play D&D.
Hi.
Hi.
So, it looks like I'm coming through okay. I need to stand a little closer to my microphone, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe a
Get
little
right in
closer to my face up here.
Hey, you should definitely change your sweatshirt, Jacob.
Oh yeah, you're getting called out, Jacob. What even is that? Hold on. Orc West? X West.
OBX?
OBX West.
Outer Banks?
Yeah.
Why?
Why should you change?
Yeah.
Emily said
I
so.
think you should.
And it's like says so.
She said it's super
I-
cringe. And we will have
I-
zero cringe on this channel.
Well, she bought it for me, so that makes her the most cringe of all.
Alright, you just got pranked super hard.
Still got a free sweatshirt out of it. Win-win to me.
Oh lord.
Can't argue with that logic, honestly.
I guess. Oh man. Shout out to Pacarena. Pacarena.
Hey, Pacarita.
Yeah, Pacarena. Newest follow. I think that's my newest follow since like May. So shout out. You're a real VIP, real MVP.
Absolutely.
And a
You're the
real
best
VIP
P.
too.
You're the BP.
The-
People
Like the guys who did the oil spill.
Alright, moving on.
What about an oil spill?
You know, the oil barges in Icewind Dale dumping
Yeah, yeah.
oil in the sea of moving ice. That's why Arl's so mad.
Are we the bad guys?
Yo, maybe Arl has a point.
That's honestly all I want to accomplish. And I feel like in Sharn Knights, we got close to that, where you're like, I mean, is Ithnal that bad?
No, I
It's
never
like-
believe that shit.
It's like every fucking Marvel villain for the past few years. It's just like they have a completely legitimate point, but for some reason they're also a big asshole who kills innocent people. So maybe centrism is the answer, actually.
Actually,
Yeah, Killmonger would have been great if he was just Monger. You know.
Quote that. Quote that. Right now. Someone quote it.
Oh, I wish I remembered how
hold
to.
on, let me see if I can remember how. Let me pull.
It's exclamation point quote.
I think it's exclamation point add quote space and then the text for the quote.
Then
That's amazing, honestly.
You know what? I'm gonna let
Alan.
someone else do it. I don't want to fuck it up.
Alan's a genius. But anyway, his name is Logan. You know him as Never Say Die on the internet.
I was like, wait, Killmonger's name was Logan? I don't remember that. So yeah, we're here to play some D&D. Something we just discussed about 3 minutes ago was changing up how we're kind of using inspiration. In this case, we are switching out inspiration for a comparable mechanic from Call of Cthulhu called pushing your rolls. Because ultimately, that's what inspiration is, letting you re-roll something in a time of need. Kind of what pushing your rolls are. In this case, if one of our lovely heroes fails a roll, they can push their roll to roll again. But if they fail a second time, then there are much more dire consequences.
They're like regular consequences, only dire.
Only dire. We have not necessarily explored how that will work in combat. We'll take those blows as we get there. It might just be
Who
that.
fucks up first?
Yeah.
It's gonna be me, and you know it.
It's gonna be me.
So it's sort of it'll be a situation of, if someone is in combat and they miss with an attack, or they super fail a saving throw, or whatever it might be, they can push their roll to re-roll it, but if they fail again, then there are, of course, dire consequences. What that means, we'll explore that in a situational basis, but we'll see. We're going to test it out, mostly because none of us can remember to use inspiration.
Nope.
So here we are. But with that, we'll jump in, because we've got not a lot to get to, but we've got some exciting stuff to get to.
Do you want to do RP warm up, or are we just getting straight in?
Exciting sounds.
Does someone want to do RP warm-up?
Roll the dice.
I know we haven't done it in a
Yeah.
very, very long time.
I kind of miss RP.
Roll
I
the
know
dice.
people enjoyed it. Okay, hold on.
Roll a
let me-
d6.
I was going through my channel stuff because I realized I haven't updated my channel panel since like March.
Channel panel.
So no one look at that. I basically deleted all the information on each panel. And I realized that in our channel reward stuff, we have the flashback reward, and no one's done a flashback. I feel like, if at all,
Someone did. I think someone gave Carson one time.
I feel
I
like I remember
remember
that
doing
Yeah.
too.
I do
Sometime
remember that.
past few
Because
months.
it was a flashback about how you grew up.
Yeah. I just remember in Char Nights, I feel like we were doing like one every session. Right. They just don't get used anymore. All right.
Yeah.
Does anyone super want to do the RP warm up? If not, I can roll for it.
Yeah, I'll
Let's
do
let the
it.
dice
Leave it
decide.
up. Yeah.
Oh, Alan. Okay.
Oh,
All right, Alan, go ahead and roll a d20 for me.
oh boy.
Shit.
What's
Here,
happening?
I'll use the D&D Beyond.
Not a sponsor.
dice.
I can't believe they got rid of the D&D Beyond extension. I'm so mad.
Yeah.
Well,
sad.
There is one, not for Twitch, but there's like a cool thing with Roll20 that they made where you're all rolls ready to go in there.
That means we have to use roll 20. No offense, roll 20.
It's okay.
4.
Yeah.
If Norm had a warning label, what would it say?
I'm curious.
This sounds like a fucking question on The Bachelor.
Warning: contents may moo under pressure.
I like the idea that in your stack of index cards, it's on the back side of the last card, so whenever you hold them up, that's what the people see the warning.
Only thinks one step ahead.
Wow, one whole
No
step.
more.
Seems generous.
Not like ahead of other people, just like you went one step forward. Yeah.
Ish.
I'm just imagining some like very small scenarios of like you're sitting at a restaurant and someone's like, I think I'm gonna get a burger for dinner, and Norm's like, I already know what I'm getting for dessert. And that's it. Like that's the extent.
And
of-
then they come to order, and they're like, "Sir, would you like to eat?" And he's like, "Oh, I only figured out what I wanted for dessert."
you only think about the next step, not the current one. Oh,
It's
Lord.
like the fucking Zeech legendary lord who has two heads, one that can see the past and one
Kairos
that can see the
Fateweaver.
future, but cannot see the present.
Present. Yeah, Kairos Fateweaver is blind to the present, but can see the entire past and everything that will ever happen in the future.
So that's
It's-
Norm. Norm is comparable to.
Norm is Kairos Fateweaver. Heard.
What a great thing to say,
Yeah, what
honestly.
a great comparison.
Oh my god.
It's canon.
I'm full of them.
All right, let me change screens here. That should be all good. Okay,
Green
so
train.
thank you, Alan, for that little insight into Norm's mind. We'll do a little.
I know less than I did before.
We'll do a quick little recap here. Exactly my recap when we finished last session. The party arrived in Goodmead. Norm licked a bee. Wynn didn't show an interest in running for town speaker. Weird. Gil adopted and gifted a fox. Kasimir and Gil earned a degree in verbeeg lore. Louis had a plan. Norm became a hermit cow. And a verbeeg got mad. Is there anything I should add to that recap?
Seems about right.
No, I don't remember
Pretty
what my
accurate.
plan was though.
Yeah,
Oh,
okay. Exactly.
I'm gonna be totally
we're
honest.
in the Verbeeg's caverns.
Yes, so
And he's
then-
there with a bunch of his mates.
So we're gonna
That might be
slow
accurate,
down
yeah.
time a second, maybe take even a step backward, because we are currently in the Verbeeg's lair. You should see that
Uh-oh.
properly represented in owlbear. Make sure this is all lined up appropriate.
I
Oh
love-
no, I moved a goat.
I love that Norm is hiding amongst the goats.
So yeah, that's part of the reason I wanted to slow down, was to more thoroughly explain what's happening, where people are at, because it needs to be reiterated how insane the picture is at the moment. So y'all were snooping around the Verbeeg's lair, specifically around sort of the bonfire room where he had a pen of livestock, a broken down wagon, and some crates and barrels. I think it was Norm who ended up causing the sheep and goats to start bleeding and making a lot of noise, which got the attention of the verbeeg, who was whittling away at something in the next room. When you heard his massive footsteps thudding through the tunnels, you all ran and hid. Most of you ran and hid. Kasimir, Wind, Ventus, you ran to that northern tunnel on the northern side of this sort of bonfire chamber. Gil, you ran to the southern tunnel. Louis, you climbed into the broken down wagon, I assume laying very flat against the floor of it, trying not to be noticed. Norm, on the other hand, while he was in the sheep and goat pen, went into cow mode, which again, as was previously mentioned, his limbs don't function like a normal bovine creature, so he doesn't look exactly like a cow or a yak. So it's a little bit noticeable. The second thing is,
like, get on his knees.
I don't know. The next thing is that Norm is still wearing his armor and his blacksmith's apron and all sorts of stuff. So he's a clothed and armored cow.
Aren't I also carrying the cauldron?
Well, then you remembered and as the scene unfolded, you were like, wait a second, I was carrying the cauldron with me. And then you decided to get into the cauldron like a hermit crab and stand up with the cauldron on basically your ass.
Yeah.
So of course, the verbeeg entered and looked around and saw something very odd in his livestock corral, which made him take stock and look around, and surprisingly, all but one of you rolled less than a 10 on your stealth checks.
They're pretty bad.
It was
Pretty
really
bad all around.
bad. So of course, the verbeeg giant bellowed out, yelling out "filthy thieves" and letting out a massive whistle that resonates all through the tunnels and the caverns. And with that, if you'll roll initiative in D&D Beyond.
I did actually remember my plan.
Oh no.
Is it a good plan?
No.
Hey yo.
And as a note, the verbeeg knows everyone's there except for Ventus. Ventus, you are perfectly placed in a little nook in the shadows. So effectively, for the first round of combat, you are an unseen attacker. So you have advantage on attack rolls. That's the only real benefit it provides, but then, you know, of course he doesn't see you and won't, you know, threaten you until he notices you. So use that to whatever advantage you will. Alrighty. I need a roll for my guys here. That's not great. Austin, what is Gil's initiative?
Oh, sorry. I didn't roll it yet.
No fret.
Boop.
Or
In
did
D&D Beyond, it is wow. I rolled on the physical dice first, and then remembered it was supposed to be in D&D Beyond, and got the same result. It's a 6.
Wonderful. Ventus, unseen
Awesome.
prince wizard in the shadows. You are up first.
So I'm going to kind of hold out my hand, and I'm gonna like shoot a look at Gil, kind of like rate my form, and I'm going to cast Alagondar's wind bow, and I'm going to hold out my hand, my left hand, and just air start to swirl around and kind of form into like this spectral bow that looks very similar to how Gil's looks, and I'm going to reel it back, and I'm going to fire at this bitch looking down at Louis.
Awesome. So you have advantage on that because you are unseen.
All right. That is going to be a 26.
Oh,
Okay,
absolutely.
19.
Roll your
Ooh.
damage.
hell yeah.
That is going to be really good. Mm, that's not, yeah. 11. That is going to be 20 points of force damage.
Ooh. And then
There-
He needs to make a
Yeah.
DC 15 strength save.
strength
There is a
save.
watering in Gil's eyes and a brief moment of pride in his face.
And then he said, "Oh, it's just smoke."
Smoke.
A strength save. And not proficient, surprisingly. That is a 10. So what happens?
He gets knocked back, I believe. I wrote the spell. I should know this. How embarrassing for me. 10 feet. So against the wall, 10 feet, like kind of like probably like smashing through the or the front of like that cart, or tripping over like the legs of that cart and getting pushed up against the wall to like over here.
Excuse me.
Yeah, for sure.
Louis,
Yeah.
if you will make your preference of a dexterity or a strength save for me.
That's a really funny thing you just said there. Okay. I try to roll out of the thing and completely fail.
Rad.
You don't take any, concussive hits to your noggin or a, plank of wood to the abdomen, but the cart does crash a little bit as some of the wood breaks free. The verbeeg goes flying sort of back into that nook. And you get hit with some shrapnel. You might, get whacked with an arm as he falls through it. So you take, I rolled maximum. I wish I hadn't just rolled maximum, but I did. 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
Wow. 10 points of damage.
Like I said, I rolled max, and I was like, oh god.
To who?
Me?
Oh, sorry about
Just
that.
from getting whacked is the especially because the cart kind of comes crashing down to a degree, so yeah, it's a little easier to get out of now, but you just take a little bit of
Did he hit the wall for moving that heavy back?
Yes.
So he is knocked prone also.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
Since
Me
you
and this
couldn't
dude
move
just chilling on the ground
You're
together.
laying next to each other. You're spooning.
Can I caress his arm
Yeah,
as a free action?
It's a weirdly bony arm for how big he is.
Why?
Same.
Why do you say the things you do?
Who, me or Travis?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Honestly, the correct answer is yes.
Alrighty. Why is there a sticky note there? What?
Have you tried not having a sticky note there?
All right. Anything else, Jacob?
I'm a wizard. I don't get bonus actions.
Correct.
All right. Xavier. What's Wynn
I
to do?
am going
The guy's
to-
prone now.
Yeah, I am going to cast command on him, and I am going to tell him to halt. That way he doesn't get up or try to take an action or just stays down. So wisdom saving throw.
Hey, with a
Hell yeah.
Singing going on.
Whoa.
A 14.
Oh, it barely beats it. Mine's 13.
Damn.
Well, I just get up and say, halt.
Get
Never mind.
on your
Never mind. I'm good. I'll just sit back here.
Okay. Norm, what the fuck are you doing, man? You got the cauldron
yeah.
on your butt?
Oh yeah. How? Yeah. How long will it take for me to finagle out of this cauldron and pen?
A prison of your own design.
I would honestly, I think other people you can throw in your 2 cents for it, but I honestly feel like in this scenario of this large yak man being folded up into a cauldron, it'd probably take a full action. Not a bonus action, not like it would take you your action to try and
Like imagine getting stuck like that in a trash can at school. Like that is
Yeah.
like it's so awkward, and you're like trying to get out of it, and it like takes you a second because you can't
and
get the
all
angle
the
right.
sheep and goats are like running into you and like
We've all been there.
you know.
Or it's kind of like you're trying to take off tight jeans.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah,
That's
yeah.
fair. So Alan, it sounds like an action to get out of the cauldron.
Can I?
Not get out of the cauldron.
That's a proper goat sheep pen, right? Is it goats or sheep or both? Oh, okay. It's like it's where they live and hang out, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
There's a movie theater on the east side.
A movie theater.
Oh,
No.
Alright, I'm gonna use.
There's a Bath and Body Works over on the north side.
we should honestly.
Well done, sir.
Thanks to watching Dungeons and Daddies, we should institute
Dad joke
goat
rule.
psychic damage.
Alright, let's see. What's his name? Verbeeg. I'm gonna give him some pink eye. Can I cast catapult and use some of the
The feces.
yeah.
The waste.
Yeah.
It makes me think of like when like dog poop is out in the yard for too long, it gets really hard. And you're gonna grab a hard piece of poop and just.
Do I have to touch it or does it just?
I think it's anything within a certain range. You can just force throw it basically.
It says a 60-foot range. Is that right?
I think so.
Oh my god. Can I grab a wet one?
A wet one?
Yeah.
Okay. There's another one for the quote mill.
Can I grab a wet one?
A wet one. Oh,
So,
Jesus Christ.
if you're gonna catapult, Alan, I'm pretty sure that's a dex save. And correct me if I'm wrong, prone doesn't impose things on saves. It's just attacks and movement. I think. Either way, Alan, that's a dex saving throw, correct?
Yeah.
Well,
see my
lucky for
save.
the verbeeg, he is gangly, he is lanky, so he is somewhat dexterous.
Okay.
It does not have disadvantage, but he gets a natural 19, so I assume that saves.
Oh yeah, that beats it. Okay, and then can
So
I
a bunch
like?
of poop splatters on the wall behind him because it keeps going past your original target. So I imagine the
Okay.
poop hits the wall hard enough to like crash into the wall a little bit.
Cool.
Why do you say the things you do?
I think the best part is that it is now quote number 40.
Yep, some splatters back and hits Louis, rains down on him.
Ugh.
A brown
Can I,
shower.
like-
Oh, I
Was this a
Just because
conversation I
I
had
think
with
it
y'all?
would be really funny.
No.
I want to use
Oh.
I want to use silvery barbs to make him re-roll that success on the save. And I'm going to give let's see. I want to give I don't think. Let's see what's the range of 60? And I'm gonna give Gil advantage on his next attack.
Naturally strength creature green
Oh,
creature,
boy.
transfer creature for another creature.
Oh,
Reroll
boy.
20, use the little roll. You then choose different creature. Or you can't choose yourself. Choose creature advantage when they show the check save through. Nice. Yeah, I've only seen people talk about this spell in discourse on Reddit, and I've never actually had anyone play it in a session until right now.
I did a while ago.
You did?
I
don't
used it like a
remember.
while ago.
What is this?
Yeah, I actually bought this.
spell.
I bought the spells from Strixhaven on D&D Beyond.
Just for that. So he has to re-roll it. That is a natural 7 for a total of a 9. So the
Let's go! Get poop in
Let's
your face,
go.
motherfucker!
So he gets poop in his face. What's the damage,
Right.
Alan? Like 3d8
I
or
want it
something?
right in his eyes.
Right in his
Um,
eyes.
That was worth it.
I kind of hope it just hits the wall and then instead of sticking, it plops down.
He dodges it. He's like, ha! And then
It bounces, it bounces off. Oh no! Here's what I do: I throw out a whiff of like air and like push it back, and it just rebounds right back into his eyes.
Yes.
Blech.
All right. So what's the damage, Alan?
13 bludgeoning.
That's 13 shit damage, my guy.
He's bludgeoned.
13
I-
smell damage, please.
I kind of want to quote that, but it's been so soon.
I know.
It's
So many
13
Alan
poop
quotes.
damage.
Okay, so that's
And,
13 bludgeoning splatter damage.
Those
Yeah.
sheep need more fiber in their diet.
I just look over
Oh,
at
no.
I look over at Win and Kasimir and I'm like, that's probably the grossest thing I've ever done.
And okay, so I know I'm not out of the cauldron yet. I'm not out of the pen yet. Can I like I don't know, crawl or like roll in a direction?
So because I will say you move at half speed because you were stuck in the thing, but also you
Okay.
have all those. You straight up have goats surrounding you. So the only place you could feasibly get to is this square between that goat and Sean the sheep.
All right, I'll do it.
You crawl and push.
It
past.
really is Shaun the Sheeps. I hate you.
You just
You
now
missed that
noticed.
last time. He said that was literally
Yeah.
the last time we all came to that realization.
I did
I
not come.
did not. I was not. I must not have been present. I
Yeah.
must not have been there for that. I was just. Oh my
Lord.
god.
Okay, so that was Alan. Next up is the verbeeg. At this point, you hear him yell, and he actually, who is he yelling to? That will determine what I do. Okay. This would be a Gil thing.
Uh-oh.
He speaks some words in common, but then some words in giant. So it's, kind of people like speaking like Spanglish. There, every couple words might come out in common, might be a couple giant words, So some people could probably get a general grasp on what he's saying, but you at least understand the full string of what he's trying to come across. So as he is wiping the shit from his eyes and getting up to his feet, he yells out in this big voice. Maybe not big as in deep and bellowing, but big as in it just carries. It's tinny. He's probably a T2 for a giant, but it just carries and echoes all throughout the cavern. And he yells and says, "Friend! Get the colorful ones!" And you're not sure what colorful means, but he calls someone friend. As he gets to his feet, he uses up some of his movement. He tramples over the remains of the cart. Gets past Louis, trying to just
Get him,
get
Louis.
over to his thing. Because his sheep are in danger. And he yells to you, or in your direction, Norm, not really knowing what you are. Some cow hermit crab hybrid. You about to find out. He yells out in common, "Leave my babies alone!" And he holds up spears in one offhand, giant spear in the other, and is basically doing his best to kind of pinpoint where you are and just launch spears at you like harpoons from a fishing ship. And he's just trying to whoosh, skewer you from where he is. So he's going to throw 2 of them at you.
Attempting a hermit crab dance.
The first is a 25 to hit.
Yeah.
Second is a dirty 20 to hit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna roll these in D&D Beyond. The first, 14 points of piercing damage.
Ooh.
The second, it didn't show, is 16 points of piercing damage.
14 and 16.
Now, big giant spears do big giant damage.
Yeah.
But all of you, well, probably Gil, maybe Louis, maybe Kasimir, with your line of sight. If you peer around the corner, if you glance and peek your head up, the giant spears have completely punctured and gone through the cauldron of plenty. Rent the metal apart. Norm, as you go to move, it's also pierced through your backpack, so you are stuck in the cauldron as these giant spears have basically punctured it and locked you into it. Because even if you try to slip out of your back, you can't get your elbows up and into the thing to get out, so you're stuck unless you want to cut your straps free and fall through.
There are consequences for your actions.
And
Wait a minute. This thing's a magical item. And,
magical items aren't indestructible.
No, they are. It's fine.
So with that is the verbeeg's turn. Next is another thing that happens.
Okay, yeah.
Secrets. Kasimir, Wynn, and Ventus, you hear a bellowing voice, who probably would be a baritone or bass in the giant choir of Icewind Dale, yell back, seemingly in response to whatever the verbeeg yelled, in a similar mix of giant and common, and says something in giant, and then the name Doug.
I speak giant.
You speak giant? He says, "I'm coming, Doug!"
Okay, so we're fighting Doug. Cool.
And next up is Louis' turn, who's basically on the ground in wood and rubble behind Doug, the verbeeg.
I'm gonna get out of this, I think.
Sure.
Oh, Doug spelled that way. Gotcha.
Where did I hear the voice from, by the way?
Which voice?
Mr. Yells for Doug.
Mr. Yells for Doug? That would have been a Kasimir, Wynn, and Ventus thing. That
Oh, okay. Then I cannot hear them. All right, go. I'm going to, I guess. You know what? Actually, no. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to get out of this thing.
We'll say to clamber out of all the rubble and stuff, we'll say half your movement.
All right, I'm fine if it's my whole movement. I ain't going nowhere. I'm gonna go ahead and bonus action shillelagh. And I'm gonna smack him.
You're gonna smack him. Go for it. Roll to hit.
And then what?
Well, and then it hits for 22, I'm assuming?
Hits for 22. I'll allow it.
Okay, I'm glad. And I'm gonna favored foe this bitch.
Oh yeah, because that doesn't use any thing.
Nope, uses none. Other than favored foe, which I'm out of now.
None action.
None action.
Left beef.
So let's see here. That would be 1d8. Oh wait, I can just roll the damage. I don't know why I'm doing this. All right. Ooh, 13 damage plus dreadful strikes.
Jesus Christ.
Plus 2, plus another 4. So that's 19 damage with my shillelagh.
Who knew that Louis would be a DPS machine?
Eventually.
Woof. Doug is not
it's
looking great.
Great. I just kind of like bonk him real hard on the back of his head and go, oh, my cats are fighting. Cool. Well,
I couldn't tell if that was a cat meowing or Jessica yelling at the cat.
yeah, no. They're having a time. All of them are just having a joy. But you know what? No, I'm not gonna say none. Apparently, it's fine. My brain got emptied when that happened.
So is that the end of your turn?
I mean, I use my bonus action. I use my action. I use my crying.
Why is Louis always crying in combat?
There's no crying in combat.
So moving on then, you, Kasimir, win and Ventus hear a thud, thud, thud. Icicles start to fall from the ceiling as an ogre rounds the corner, runs past you for a second, and as he sort of breaks past you here, he definitely kind of pushes past you a little bit, but it's almost like he just doesn't notice you. And then Doug turns and points and says, "There, friend!" And the ogre loosely turns around and sees them. Yes, Kasimir.
Reaction attack as he enters my...
oh, yeah. So,
my range.
so whenever he hits, like, there?
Sure.
Go for it.
22.
They have famously high AC, so with an AC 11, yeah, you definitely hit.
Cool. And I have gotten to use this feature, I think, once before. But as my racial surprise attack feature, once per combat, if you surprise a creature and hit it with an attack on your first turn in combat, the attack deals an extra 2d6 damage to it. So cool. And I need a d10. Okay. Ooh. 15 plus 4. 19 points of damage.
Sheesh. Breaking skin on this ogre, dealing 19 points of damage, and he stops moving? Question mark.
I don't have Sentinel.
Oh,
yet.
that's just a polearm master thingy.
Yeah.
So
I'm
then,
sure
yes.
he'll take Sentinel at some point.
Perhaps.
So, as he is oblivious and runs past, Doug tells him to turn around. He misses, of course, people in the shadows, and also is just not the smartest generally. And he was doing what he was told at first and said, "Come here," and then get the glowing ones or the colorful ones and stop. And now he's just getting more direction. So he turns around, club in hand. He's going to take a swing, a big sweeping swing. So if I... no need to roll anything. So that will be... shout out to the 2 crew. That'll miss, as it sweeps past Ventus and Wind just over their heads through the shadows. But it's definitely sort of focused in that direction of 3 there. And then finally, we're down to Kasimir, and then Gil is on deck.
Okay, so this ogre's up in my shit.
Again.
cool. I'm going to just fucking unload on him. I will take.
Oh yeah.
Wait, what fucking level are we again?
4.
Level 4. Okay, so only 2 attacks because of my
Only.
Yeah, it'll get up to 3 on first round once we hit level 5. But this first one is gonna be 2 attacks and wait. There's no way I can get flanking. That's fine though. Okay, one is gonna be an 11. Does that hit?
An 11, that exactly hits.
Tight. Well, the other one's a 25, so
Yep.
I'm assuming that hits as well. Okay, cool. I'm gonna favorite foe this guy, and I'll go ahead and roll my bonus action and smack as well. Yeah, that's 14. So cool. So that's a whole lot. So
Hey, yo, fuck this ogre.
yeah, 2d10. And I'll do, I don't know if I said it, but I'll do the favorite foe thing. So that's an extra d4. And then my my feature gives me an extra d8 if I hit on that attack. And then I get an extra d4 because I hit with the bonus action thing. Let me just make sure I'm
All right,
doing
so
all
we'll
this
take
right.
a quick pee break and water break.
I cannot
Uh-huh.
wait for Kasimir to just fucking one shot.
Okay, cool. So that's 2d10 plus 1d8 plus 2d4 plus 12. Okay. Decent
Uh-huh.
rolls. So that's 9, 12, 16, 18, 30 points of damage.
He's still up.
Damn.
Not by much.
30 points of damage, my dude. Wow.
Yeah, and those were like fairly average rolls. So, but yeah,
Get out of here.
it's like lightning from the shadows as my pole arm just spinning out, slicing away at this guy, trying to incapacitate him, and then the end of the pole arm just comes out and whack, cracks him under the chin, and that'll be my turn.
Yes, and it's one of those, scenes in movies or a TV show where, a character gets shot, and as they're holding the bullet wound, they monologue for a full 5 minutes with the main character or whatever. That's kind of what happens. You slash out and cut across this ogre's massive big belly. Entrails start falling out, blood gushing out, and you swing up, whack him with the butt of your polearm. He is not long for this world, but he still has a breath left in him to push on. But he's not here for long. And now I'll take it finally down to Gil.
So first, I at this point, I can see the ogre. Like I know that's there, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay. Being giantkin of some kind, do I at least have a passing knowledge of ogres and like their physiology, anything about them? Like as both someone who hunts monsters and also giantkin, do I know anything about ogres?
You absolutely would. You would. They're the brutes. They're the dumb brutes.
Am I aware
typically,
of weaknesses?
weakness? Emotional, mental weaknesses or physical weaknesses?
Physical weaknesses.
Not particularly. Because they are big and typically on the heavier side. Knocking them down tends. Looks like it's up. It says my connection's fine.
Oop. Oh, there you go. I heard You're good.
So anyway, besides ogres being heavier than they normally are, they have all the same weaknesses that a normal person might. Yeah.
Okay.
Jugulars and things like that.
seeing that this ogre is in the face of, particularly in the face of not only the priestly type, but also, the wizard. I am going to pull from my quiver a very special arrow that I have. That is that has a rigging of chain to the end of it. And I'm going to fire my chain shot arrow at the ogre.
Okay.
And I have advantage because silvery barbs. Hell yeah. That is 19. So yeah.
19, absolutely.
Rad. So first he's going to take damage. And I'm going to use my piercer feat to reroll one of those.
Ooh, piercer is good.
10 plus. So 14 points of piercing damage.
Mhm.
And then I'm going to use my bonus action to pull.
You yank, and it is much easier than you expect as his dead weight body falls backward and nearly tumbles straight into the bonfire. And his
Rad.
dead body thuds to the ground instead of falling forward onto Ventus and Win.
Appreciated.
Excellent. I guess as my bonus action, I'm shit, I didn't think I'd get this right. I'm gonna put Shield of Faith on Louis. Cast Shield of Faith on Louis.
Doug yells out, "Friend!" As the ogre collapses and dies. That'll take back to the top with Ventus.
All right. How does Doug look?
A little less than half, I'd say.
We don't have to kill them, by the way. We can.
I
No, we
did
do.
feel
We
bad, and then I
absolutely do.
remembered they were roasting men on a spit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's not great.
What do you mean that's not
I'm
great?
I'm gonna run over here, and as I run, wind is gonna start to coalesce around my fists, and I kind of start shaking my hands a little like this, and I kind of take up a boxer stance, and I go, "I've read about this. Theoretically, I know what I'm doing." And I run up and I go, "Doug, I do not relish this. I'm a man of science, a man of magic, but you've done pissed me off." And I cast Avarice's Furious Fist, and I go and sock him a good one.
Sock him a good one.
Knock him a good one.
To make the attack.
Hell yeah, brother.
That's a nat 20.
Ayo!
Double damage,
gonna-
guys, baby.
That's gonna be some nasty shit. All right. So that it's gonna be 38 points of damage.
Holy
What? Wait, what did you do?
How do you want to do this?
Holy
So I run
shit.
up, I say that, and I just I use the wind and I push myself up into the air so me and him are like equal length, and I just
Anime.
whoosh, and just a torrent of wind just goes from my fist, hits him right in the face, just TKO.
And Gil, in a life flashing before your eyes moment, you see the corpse of Doug fly at you at incredible speed, but it
Oh, shit.
crashes into that rocky outcropping and smacks into the other and falls at your feet. Basically
Wow.
crushed and mangled against the rocks and the hairy fists of Ventus.
Ow! That hurts a lot more than it doesn't when you read about it.
For a moment, we're gonna finish out the round because, because of a thing.
Done with that.
Kasimir and Win Well, first up, it's going to be Wynn's turn here, but Wynn and Kasimir, as the combat in the adjacent room falls silent, you hear echoing from the direction that the ogre came from, the undeniable groaning and noises of a bear getting closer and louder. And so, he didn't just call an ogre, apparently. So we'll keep going through the initiative order as you figure out what you're going to do and do whatever. So first up, we'll have Wynn.
Yeah, I'm just gonna move. Yeah, 30 feet. Yeah, I'm just gonna move as far away from that as possible. So
I'm just going to move as far away from that as possible.
yeah. And I'm just gonna say, I don't think we're done just yet. I'm just gonna point in that direction.
Okay. Oh, Lord. Alan, what's Norm going to do?
Fuck. That's a great question. I'm still pinned in the thing.
You sure are.
Can I go here real quick?
Yeah, you can waddle your way over there.
And then can I use mold earth to burrow under this fence over here?
To make like a tunnel to crawl through, or to cause the fence to collapse?
Tunnel.
Tunnel, probably not. Because mold earth can turn solid stone into rubble. So at most, it would just turn it into like loose gravel. But it's not something that you can like form into a shape like that. Especially if you're in a hermit crab pinned inside of a cauldron.
Okay, can I hug over to the fence over here, like shimmy my way between these goats, and I'll go, guys, something happened to the cauldron. Yeah, that's it.
What do you mean something happened to the cauldron?
And I, like a kid that's wet his bed, embarrassed kind of feeling, I slowly turn around.
Embarrassed. Okay.
I will not get angry. I will not get angry. I will not get angry.
Norm, if you want, you can use action or something to climb over the fence and get out of the goats and sheep if you want, or you can stay back there for safety.
Yeah, I'll turn around and I'll use the roundness, the spherical shape of the cauldron to just kind of vault myself over and like a ball bearing, and do like a backwards dive out.
Make an acrobatics check.
Alright, let's see. Girl. Can I double down?
Sure. So do a reroll.
Oh no. Oh no.
What happened, Alan? What'd you get?
What's up, Alan?
Sure, perfectly normal things.
8.
So
Oh boy.
Not just a bad thing, a dire bad thing happens. What is in Norm's inventory?
Oh no. Norm's about to get Louis'd.
Norm's about to get Louis.
Get Louis'd.
Always
Let me
good to
make
have your name become a verb.
Yeah.
Let me
So
make sure it's up to date. Oh, I also have the books that I didn't add in there yet. From the bookstore.
that might affect what happens because you go to use the roundness of the cauldron to try and roll yourself over, forgetting that there are two giant spears punctured through it. They get
Yeah.
caught in the rungs of the fence, causing you to sort of stop halfway, and then they immediately tip you back. You smack into the ground, and you hear a breaking of glass from your backpack. And as you sit for a minute, all of those flasks of oil you bought are now soaking through your fur, your
Oh.
apron, and all of your stuff.
Oh no.
Guys, I have 12 flasks.
You are soaked in oil now. And your stuff, those books, soaked in oil.
Hey guys,
Oh man.
Hey.
we're tired of this. One firebolt.
What fireball?
That's all I'm saying.
That's murder.
Did I
I don't know.
succeed?
Hearing
I
smite is
asked everybody
sounding
in,
good.
If I asked everybody in the room if they saw me do it and they say no, it never happened.
That's
Wait,
true.
so
I don't,
did I cross the fence?
No,
or did I
you
swipe
also did
back?
not succeed in what you were doing.
did I cross the fence? What a
And you know
dumbass
what?
question.
You're
I
also
love it.
prone. You're also prone. You've basically
did-
been prone this entire time, being stuck in the
And you know
cauldron.
what? Your mom also forgot your birthday.
You live there now. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
you live here. With that, oh man, Verbeeg's dead. The growling and stomping of the bear gets a little bit louder. Now it takes it to Louis. What you gonna do?
What you gonna do?
They
Where's the growling and the stomping? It's coming from that same direction
Yeah,
as
most of
him.
you would be able to hear it kind of resonating now from that sort of northern tunnel.
Yeah. So for sure, I think I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna search Doug.
The mid-combat loot?
A D&D class.
What else am I supposed to do? Go after a bear? You don't know Louis like that. Is that something you see Louis doing? I don't think so.
You know, that's actually pretty fair.
Louis not gonna be like, ooh, a bear. Unless this is a kind of bear, but you know.
So the Verbeeg Doug does not have anything of note on him besides a giant satchel with some straw for his sheep and goats, a few extra of his giant-sized spears, and then the sort of makeshift armor that he is wearing. For a creature that's famously known for robbing carriages and things on the side of the road, he has surprisingly very little on him. So there's probably something hidden somewhere in this layer that he's claimed.
Cool. Then other than that, I'm just gonna yell at Norm and be like, "Hey Norm, why don't you take off the cauldron?"
Nah, I'm good.
All right, Kasimir, it's your turn. And then he kills on deck.
Is the bear coming from my direction?
Yes, it is.
Cool. I guess I'll just back up a little bit.
A little bit.
A little bit. Kind of hide myself around this corner and prepare to, I guess, try to stop anything that comes around that corner.
Okay.
Grin and bear it.
All right, Gil. Stand
I
up. Apparently, something's coming.
am going to move to a position where I can get the longest lane of sight down that hallway,
Okay.
or the most of the hallway that we can see, like just a nice clear line, and I'm just gonna draw and ready.
Awesome. The bear rounds the corner. So, Gil, if you want to let loose whatever you wish.
I gotta decide which die is not gonna fuck me this time. This one will not fuck me. That is a dirty 20.
That hits.
Alright.
Then we will.
All right.
And it'll be Ventus's turn afterward.
That is 13 points of piercing damage.
Arrow sticks into its fur. Okay. Ventus.
I'm gonna move like right here, and I'm going to hold my action to punch the bear when it comes within mine and Kasimir's range.
Okay. That'll take it to win.
Never did I think that I would be a wizard and I would have the opportunity to punch a bear.
Frontline wizard. Yeah, seeing everyone get ready. Do I see the bear at this point?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's a big boy. I'm gonna go ahead and
No doubt.
just
No doubt.
I'm gonna do what Win does and go ahead and do my channel divinity on this thing. Warrior Twilight moment. My eyes, turn into starlight. My voice drops 3 octaves. No, I'm just kidding. There's a sphere of dim light that radiates around me. I guess radiate wouldn't be the right word. It's dark. It's dark. I'm starry. I have a big warhammer. It's time to go. I'm also going to move a little bit. I need to move. Can I stand on this dude's dead body?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of tight. And I'm going to go ahead and roll my thing. It's a 1d6 plus 4, so
Oh, yeah.
that's shitty. 5, so I rolled a 1. So I get 5 temp.
Nice.
I'll take it.
All right, Norm, your turn.
Oh, hey. Alright, now that I'm oiled up, can I squeeze through the fence? Like, just slick on through.
Make an acrobatics check.
I hate everything about what you just said, honestly.
Oh man, I feel like I look like one of those like oil spill animals, but like
Yeah, and all the
Uh-huh.
sheep and stuff are definitely gonna move away from you. You smell weird now.
acrobatics.
And it takes so much dawn.
Not a sponsor.
Oh my god, it's an 8 again.
You slip through that opening in the gate just fine.
All
The
right.
cauldron does not. So, like
Wait,
Aunt
is-
Fanny from the hit movie Robots, the cauldron.
I tried to get somebody to watch that movie the other day.
Oh.
I think it was Em. She didn't want to do it.
It's a good movie.
It is such
No
a good
one
movie.
appreciates the classics anymore.
I was thinking about that movie the other day, and I have this running list of like movies that I like. Okay, these are movies that I want people to watch that I like. And the other day I was just like, I'm gonna put robots on that list. Yeah, I'm gonna put robots on that list.
Oh my god.
Drew Carey is in that movie.
Is he?
Yeah.
Much like
He
Drew
plays the
Carey,
robot with
you're
the wheels.
stuck in the fence.
Wait, I'm stuck in it still, or
Yeah, the cauldron's stuck in the fence. Yeah.
so I can't move now? Definitely.
You can use an action to get it unstuck. Kind of lift it up and over, or try to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll finagle it.
You get unstuck.
Cool. Can I second wind?
Yeah.
Okay. What is that, a D10? Alright.
Oh lord.
That's 5 plus my level. So 9. And I'll just... I know we're still in combat, but like Norm's gonna just like the principal at the end of Ferris Bueller, like he's gonna take like a walking pace towards the fight. You know?
Waddling with the cauldron on his butt. The bear charges down this way toward the creatures it can see, toward Ventus. So Ventus, you're gonna punch it.
And I assume Kasimir will attack it as well, since it is in range. I'm not going to speak for him.
Yeah.
He can-
Well, yeah. So it's moving into my range, so I get the opportunity attack, and I'm also going to take my prepared attack, which, yeah, I can only prepare an action, so that's fine. I'm guessing an 8 doesn't hit, but how do we feel about a 14?
14. A 14 does hit.
Okay.
All right. I have a 16.
16 does hit.
All right. 11 points of damage.
Okay.
And
Jacob, you do need to use a another spell slot for a second use of the fist.
I thought it was concentration.
It works like a smite from the.
Oh.
So
Okay.
you cast it, you concentrate on it, but then the first time you use it, it.
I misunderstood that. That makes sense. Hold on. I'll do it since I said I was going to do it. So, that for me, that's 16 points of damage, and it's pushed 5 feet back.
Okay, it charged forward and used about half of its movement. It is now at 2 hit points, so it runs back the remainder of its movement and uses its action to get away. That poor bear. And we will effectively drift out of combat. I'll remove the. Oh, that's win. I'll remove the dead bodies.
I was kind of looking at this dead body. Where's Norm? Oh, there he is. All right.
See, Norm is oh, there's thunder. Norm's gonna slink back into the cauldron like he's in a beanie bag, in total defeat.
I actually have to toilet cat really bad. I don't know how other people are feeling.
Sure.
But we can
We
take
can take a little break.
a few minutes and pick up with post-combat talks. Oh, hey, Nobushi is the cheerleader. Did he do some cheers?
I've not been paying
Yeah,
attention
I
to
did
that.
not have the thing pulled up. Terrible. Need to move this thing over. Peek behind the screen. With that, combat comes to a close. Things fall silent except for the bleating of goats and sheep. And the squeaking of Norm against the inside of the cauldron. Of his oiled up fur.
Is everyone all right?
No.
No.
Oh my gosh,
What?
Nobushi Nueve cheered 800 bits. Thank you so much, Nobushi.
Oh, thank you.
I'm glad you're able to be here. Man. Nobushi's been around for so long.
Mm-hmm.
He's a vet. He's an elder of this channel.
What a pal.
Truly.
Absolutely.
Got out. And I still
You've
have
you've wasted so much of your life listening
know.
to this
Yeah,
bullshit.
hey, Nobushi, what's good?
I have his emote suggestions in the Q still needing to commission artwork for it. One of these days.
Oh shit, I can look at that.
Verbeeg, Franker C. Oh, alright. So, is everyone alright? No, someone said. What about a
Someone
star?
saying no. A Furby.
Norm is sulking.
Is he still stuck in the pot?
Yes. And at this
All
point,
right.
all of you would see the two spears that have punctured through it, almost like an X. Norm soaked in oil and leaving trail of slippery oil behind him on the ground.
Okay, well,
No. Don't, boys. Will still work.
I don't know.
As a former blacksmith with a magical hammer, could I fix it?
Right this moment?
Can I assess the damage?
Yes. You and whoever would be interested in doing the same can make an investigation check
I will.
about if it could be fixed. If you are interested in about whether it'll still be magical, make an Arcana
That's
check.
that's what I will do.
Okay. So I'll do the investigation.
Sure.
I am not a smart man.
That's what I'm here for, buddy. I got a 15.
I got an 11.
I got a rock.
I'm in a rock.
Hello? Ah, there it is. Okay. So you imagine pretty handily any blacksmith could patch up the cauldron. However, Ventus, it's more than just patching it up. The different runes and images that have been inscribed on it that have been damaged and pulled apart would also need to be fixed and duplicated. And that would require some very skilled craftsmanship, knowledge in magic, and specifically for this Cauldron of Plenty, a lot of the images and runes and filigree are Fae and druidic in nature. So only someone who is familiar with that type of magic or possesses that type of magic could assist in the reforging of it, basically.
I believe that even if we patch the holes, the magical runes are gone, have been damaged. It would take someone of a very high level of magical crafting skill to be able to fix it.
Bloody hell.
okay, so maybe we just leave 10 towns, okay?
We'll go do a different campaign.
Yeah, let's save scum this bad boy.
yeah. Can we control Z here? We don't allow Norm to.
Norm's out of the cauldron, right?
Well,
At this point.
do
He's
people,
he's well oiled. He could probably slip out.
so people will need to pull the spears free from the cauldron, probably just absolutely ruining Norm's backpack. So all of Norm's contents in his backpack are loose, basically.
He's one of these boxes.
You could use some of those.
Air in a box.
But then, yeah, so eventually after a few minutes of assessing the damage, getting the spears out in a way that won't hurt or ruin anything else and not hurt Norm, eventually he is freed and oil soaked.
Norm will gather his belongings, dump it in the nearest crate, and go into a nearby corridor to go brood and sulk.
You do... It just keeps getting worse, Alan. I'm so sorry. It truly gets worse. You dump all of your stuff into the nearest crate and walk away. And those of you standing nearby, you look, and he dumped it in the hay, the crate that's filled with straw and hay, and it all gets soaked in oil. It's just waiting to go up in flames.
Hey, at least I walked away from the fire.
Right.
Because
You're right.
exactly as the description shows,
Bare
one is packed with straw and the other is packed with torches.
Oh.
Either one would
Oh,
have been
no.
horrible.
Oh boy.
Perfectly
Oh my
crafted way for Norm to die.
It was an accident, officer.
Oh no, my shipment of lighter fluid and dryer lint.
Who could have foreseen this?
Oh,
Ventus, that was an incredible spell that you pulled off. I've never really. You've gotten a lot more braver since the last time. I mean, getting right into the action. Well, I guess you were right into the action before.
Just this time I didn't get, as the kids say, my shit rocked.
That is completely true. You didn't get your shit rocked, but it is a tad bit concerning because someone of your stature. Can I speak to you, just prince to prince? Just
Yes.
I don't think the non-royals would understand. Can we? And
Yeah.
I just like, okay, wonderful. So, first of all, I just want to say I am extremely proud of you. That was an incredible moment. All right, I'm very impressed. All right, I don't want to say that too loud because I don't want the others to hear. All right.
Yes, they would get jealous. I understand.
Yes, that was a remarkable spell. I've been actually working on a new spell too. Do you mind if I show it to you?
Yes.
All right. So the spell that I've been working on is called Sleep. And I cast Sleep at my feet. And for 35 total points, I'm casting it on Ventus.
You said 35?
Yeah,
It doesn't work.
it doesn't work.
Combined with temporary HP, I have 39.
I don't think it combines with temporary.
Sage advice that. I'm not sure. I just assume. Also, pick which side hall you wanted to talk in. Just for
Yeah,
discovery.
so Jeremy Crawford responding to the tweet, I did my best to search but couldn't find anything. Do temporary hit points count for purposes of determining whether or not a creature is affected by sleep or power word kill? His response, hit points and temp HP are never added together.
Okay. Then I'm asleep.
And as you fall asleep, you just hear me say, Oh, Ventus. You really thought you could escape Neverwinter.
Oh, fuck. I knew it. God damn it. Oh.
A heel turn.
Oh.
And as Ventus falls unconscious, I've already used my freaking I already used my class feature, so easily or I'm just going to pick up my warhammer and do the deed. Well, that's a shitty roll.
Well, hold on. Let me do a little checking to see what applies, what happens, and all sorts
Oh,
of
like
stuff.
if I actually have to roll to hit on an unconscious creature?
I think you do, but
It's like an advantage or some shit, right?
Incapacitated.
it would be at advantage.
Oh, perfect.
and it is a critical hit.
Does he count as incapacitated because he's Jesus. Jesus. Oh no.
Both of those are still bad. Can I use my inspiration?
No.
I cannot believe.
Well, you just okay. So I guess it's just like you just hear I pick up my warhammer and I try to slam it down to the ground, but instead I barely miss.
What did you roll?
I just used my D20 on D&D Beyond, which is just shit. So I'm not gonna use that anymore.
Oh,
Oh, a 6 and a 4.
Yeah, I was just like that's not gonna. Well, I mean he has a wizard. I don't know. It's a 6. I don't think that's gonna.
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so. So I'm slamming the warhammer down, but it's just like I'm slipping on the ice at the same time. So I crack at the ice right between his head.
Um,
does that make sense?
So
Zeph is gonna fly out from underneath my my coat, and he's gonna scream and caw and peck at you.
So here is what I will what we'll say. We'll end up rolling initiative here in a second. So it starts making cawing noises. Yeah, okay. But when you wave it out of the way, and everyone, you kind of heard like a cracking sound of metal against stone, and then you start hearing Ventus cawing. And so as you're all
Not
kind
me cawing, but Zeph
of
cawing.
Ventus cawing, Zeph cawing, danger! And you're all, you're helping Norm. You're looking at the cauldron, you're figuring out what to do with it. You're looking around, and they're, they've stepped away to another area. But you start hearing these noises. What we'll do is, if everyone will tend to Albert Rodeo for a second and kind of move your tokens to where you would have been searching, what you would have been interacting with in these moments after combat, and then Jacob and, or I guess Xavier, wherever, based on where people are placed, you can move yourself and Ventus kind of wherever you see fit as far as privacy goes.
Oh, we already
Yeah, we already
Oh,
there.
that's exactly it. Okay. So everyone hears chipping of metal against stone for a second, the cawing of Zeph. When you will have, this, you glance over your shoulder, you realize all the sound that's been made. You have one more chance to make this happen.
Okay. Then I am.
Can Zeph make this a straight roll since he's like running interception for me right now? He's just like in the way.
I'm just going to.
Really, no.
I'm gonna make this one easy. I'm just gonna cast Guiding Bolt.
It will end up being a straight roll
Still?
because he's prone. It's a weird rules
Oh.
interaction thing.
Well. I already said I'll do it, so I'll just keep going with it.
I mean, you would know.
Yeah,
that
you
it
would know
okay.
your spells and things.
Okay. Well, then I'll just cast Moonbeam, and that's a Constitution saving throw, and he's already unconscious. So.
This would be a killer time to have what's it called? It's the cleric touch spell that does a fuckload of damage.
Inflict wounds.
Yeah, thank you. Kept wanting to say necrotic grip, but that's something else. From something else completely. So inflict wounds is dirty. Oh my
That
god.
way you understand, Xavier.
Hmm.
Attacks turn into critical hits, but failed saving throws do not. And he only auto-fails strength and dex for being unconscious.
Would this be easier if I just hit him again?
Yeah.
Okay, fuck it. I'm just gonna.
It's starting to sound like it.
I'll do that. I'm gonna get fuck it.
Effectively, like doing a spell like that, it would still do the damage, but it's not really any better than something else.
All right. 18 plus 3, so 21.
Yes. So roll your damage, double the dice.
Roll my damage.
Shit.
Are you still? Is your form still active?
Not at this point.
Oh, okay.
16 points of damage.
So Ventus, you still have your temp HP still. Unless that goes away if you fall unconscious or if there's any weird wording of stuff like that.
No, arcane ward is just a thing.
But I believe with that, let me. Yeah.
I was gonna say. I also at this point, I would just like to say. Well, actually, I'll just say it whenever they get close.
So your hammer cracks down. You hear a sputtering as blood, air, and spittle flies from Ventus's mouth.
And I wake up at that point, don't I? Because like
And
once you get
raise your
damaged.
hammer up, you see Ventus's eyes open. And Ventus, what do you say or do? And it's sort of like a in the moment reaction to this.
I am like obviously like super duper confused. But I'm smart enough to like respond in kind, and I will get my answers one way or the other. So I am going to
Well, this is more of a what do you say, and then we'll roll initiative for everyone.
okay. I'm not gonna say anything in this moment. I'm just gonna look very like confused, a little terrified, just like trying to rationalize what just happened or what is happening.
Okay, so this is a little bit different. There's not really any enemies to add on to an initiative order, so what we're going to do is if I can just have everyone roll initiative, and I'm just going to type it out the old-fashioned way. Win, what did you get?
Garbage.
18, baby.
Ventus, what did you get?
6.
That is garbage.
Can I double down on initiative rolls?
No, because it's not something you can fail. You can't necessarily have consequences for rolling worse than initiative.
I mean, there is consequences for not rolling.
Yeah, you just
well.
go later. I guess the worst thing would be like you lose your first turn in combat, and that would be horrible.
That was what I was gonna say.
Yeah. So if you want to risk that, you can, but there's not really failing. I don't know. So Kasimir, what did you get?
18.
Ooh, nice. So I need to move you. Oh shit. Gil, what did you get?
17.
Ooh.
Very nice.
Norm, what did you get?
13.
13.
Yeah.
13, and finally, Louis, what did you get?
5.
Rip.
All right.
And I wanted to do diplomacy every single time. I wanted to do diplomacy with both of these things, and every single time it's like
You roll
last
terribly.
initiative.
So with that, Kasimir, you were the first to have, the hair on the back of your neck to stand up, or, your fur, your hackles to stand up, and you glance over in your keen sight in darkness. You look up and see Wind standing over Ventus, hammer in hand, probably with even a little bit of blood splattered on it.
What the hell? exclaim as I start running this way. And is Wind preparing to hit him again?
Win.
I haven't dropped the hammer.
All right.
Cool. I will just grab Wind's. I will attempt to grab Wind's hand. I guess this would be a grapple check.
Yeah, and actually, are you doing it just like hold him in place or to like take the hammer from him?
Just to keep him from moving the hammer.
Okay. Yeah, then that'll be a contested Kasimir athletics versus a Win athletics or acrobatics.
Okay. You want us to roll this on D&D Beyond or?
It doesn't matter.
Okay. Who's gonna do good for me tonight? All right.
I like the whispering sweet nothings to your dice.
Well, it clearly wasn't you.
Who's gonna roll good for daddy?
Hey yo, 13.
Who's coming back home tonight?
Hey, buddy. That's a nat 20. It doesn't matter what you do.
Ooh, yeah, that's.
You're not stopping this one.
Okay, I guess I reach for it, and you're a little too quick for me. My hand just closes, and I look in your eyes with just a look of questioning and creeping betrayal, and just go, Win? That's my turn.
That makes my heart hurt.
Yeah, it should.
I hate this a lot. Next up is Win. Oh my! It did a thing again.
All right. So I guess it's my turn.
Am I still here for y'all?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, it all went away for a second in the middle of that. That was weird. But yes, Win. Dave, it's your turn.
Perfection. Now I guess now that I'm surrounded, kind of gross.
Yeah, that's gross about this whole thing.
I know, right? It's disgusting. I'm going to Toll the Dead. Win. Or Ventus, yeah.
Do it to myself. I'm out of here. So that's what a wisdom save?
Yes, as I'm saying.
That is a 3.
Ooh, buddy. So that's going to be 1d8. A damage.
It doesn't a little bit higher because
Oh, you've taken damage before. That is right.
Is it a
And
1d10 or 1d12?
yes, 1d12.
Are you
Right.
missing like normal hit points, Ventus?
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
only 3 though.
I didn't know if the temp HP absorbed that hit or not.
That's 10 points of damage. And you just, as I just snap my fingers, you notice that Wind's eye begins to kind of gloss over, and he has one eye like his little shark eye, and the other one becomes like a yellow bulbous eye. And you watch as part of his face starts to kind of like melt away.
Ew.
And that's my turn.
Gil, you hear the sounds of combat happening. You see Kasimir over there. And since a lot of that's kind of happening around the bend,
Mm-hmm.
here's what Gil sees. And I imagine it would still probably make Gil's skin tingle. He knows something's wrong. Is seeing Kasimir run up and try to grab at something. As opposed to using a pole arm for combat, Kasimir's trying to grab. And that's just an odd thing to be happening, as everything else that's happened up until this moment
Has been a fight.
has been
like
a fight.
a
And,
fight.
and you hear a fight. You hear chanting of spells. You hear explosions of spells. You hear the crash of a warhammer against stone and all that kind of stuff. And then you see Kasimir grabbing into the darkness over there.
So as Gil starts to walk starts to move up closer, just being like, "What's going on? What's happening?" As he gets closer to the bend, does he start to kind of see a better picture before he kind of like gets up to it?
You probably see Ventus on the ground, Kasimir sort of in a defensive position, and I imagine that even kind of cloaked in the shadow cast by the fire, you probably see the one yellow bulbous eye of Wynn, almost glowing from the shadow.
And kind of looking at it like that, it become clear to me that something is happening with Wynn, and okay.
I'd say so. He's always had that.
So in that moment, Gil is not sure if something has happened to Wynn or if Wynn is doing this of his own accord for some reason. But either way, it's like a pounding in his head just starts. He feels it. And I'm going to use Peerless Athlete. I'm going to go ahead and use my bonus action to use Peerless Athlete. Which, fun fact about that, by the way.
Yeah,
my push, drag, and lift capacity is over a ton while that is active. I can carry push, drag, or lift 2,160 pounds with that. So
I can end the campaign right now. Why doesn't Gil just pick up 10 towns and move it somewhere else?
Somewhere else. Because we had that discussion that one time about like, oh, what's our push, drag, lift capacity? It's like, oh, it's 30 times your strength score.
Heroes is like,
yes, it's 30 times your strength score, and then
Powerful build,
and then Peerless Athlete doubles it again, and it's like,
Yeah.
So yeah.
Lift 10 towns closer towards the sun.
And it'll melt. Yeah,
it'll melt and it'll be all great.
And something deep in Gil is like boiling his blood, but at the same time he's like, I don't know what's happening, so I'm just going to try to put a stop to it. And essentially he's just going to try to barrel in and just like bear hug Wynn, like get his arms in and just squeeze so that he can't do anything or move.
Okay. So I'll put you in this little space between Ventus and Kasimir a bit.
Yeah.
Just for sake of ease. And Wynn, go ahead and make your athletics or acrobatics check, and then Austin, make your appropriate grapple check. I assume you have advantage?
Yes, I do. Advantage on athletics and acrobatic checks.
That was a 6, so it wasn't good.
Yeah, that's a dirty 20 for me.
So you bear hug Wynn. When you feel, as sexy as it might be, you feel those rippling muscles and arms gravel around you.
That's what I've always wanted.
And just a light squeeze, to kind of give the picture of I could probably split you in half if I wanted to right now, kind of strength, just to kind of get the message across.
Athlete. You don't want to see my powerful build.
And yeah, so that's pretty much all I can do anyway. So I'm just gonna kind of like hold him there and just kind of look at Kasimir with like a what the fuck is happening, but also like you can see like the veins in Gil's face are like popped out a little bit.
What's Gil's wisdom, or what's his insight skill?
Insight is +3. Little wise.
You could probably pick up on the notion that Kasimir is also a bit confused, and no one knows what's going on. And that, so as you look at them, like kind of rage filling you, there's a similar sense of like, what the fuck's going on from your party members as well.
Okay.
And so with that, let me zoom out here. It's going to take it to greased up Norm, who is pouting at the
Greasy Norm
at the mammoth entrance. Norm, you might not even know what's going on, but you hear combat happening.
Yeah, I'll get over.
You slip a couple
Um,
times on the way.
When I get here, do I see anything?
You glance over the box of your stuff and oil-soaked straw to see Gil bear-hugging Win, Ventus on the ground, and Kasimir playing defense.
Kill. Okay. So there's a fight.
There's a fight. It's not a full fight. It's more just like a bar fight, seemingly. And you've been in a few of those. You had that one in Bryn Chandler.
Alright, so I think I used about 20. Can I dash over?
Yeah, absolutely. And Ventus, you're up next once Norm's done.
I don't know.
Norm dances around for his turn.
He's wave dashing.
Okay. Can I get over here, or is there too much wall
No, that's fine. You can stand there.
over here? Wait, so when I'm closer, do I understand?
It's basically
Thanks.
the same picture, except what's Norm's insight skill?
Insight is a -1.
Mm-hmm.
Gil
tracks.
and Win are fighting. Kasimir's a referee. You're not sure what Ventus is doing. You know that they are it feels like a bar fight. But Norm is not picking up on the confusion that everyone is feeling. You can just see that Gil and Win are having a fight.
Norm, remembering the last time he did a bar fight,
You smack Kasimir with the chair.
and everybody hated that.
Norm out of nowhere with a steel chair.
Norm is going to try and stop the fight.
Oh.
The only way he knows how.
Oh no.
Alright, is there another wet pile of dung on the in
You
the
ain't got
pen?
no action.
No, yeah, and you don't have an action or anything. You have your bonus action left.
I'll action surge?
Oh my god. You kill
Beautiful.
me.
Can I
And
action
no,
surge for
there's
a
not
spell?
wait, what?
Can I action surge for a spell?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
One second,
gives
there's
you an
not
extra
wet
action.
dung over there.
There's not?
No.
Alright, so...
Would there be some?
Could there be woo, could there be some wet poop?
Absolutely not. Not after that. Please no.
Give me... Give me a second.
I'm giving you a second. Ventus on deck, and then after Ventus, we at the bottom with Louis. All the sheep and so imagine this very dramatic, tension-filled scene, and then all of the goats and sheep are going bah in the background. Win, what are you bah? Win, stop.
How heavy is a shield?
I don't know, like 2 pounds or something? 5 pounds?
Cool. Can I...
Great.
Can I pinball machine it? Like, the shield into everybody? With catapult?
So hold on, let me.
Like not off the walls, off of us.
You're trying to
Yeah.
basically Captain America. Oh, shield is 6 pounds.
Oh, okay, so that doesn't work.
So yeah, catapult's 5 pounds, which is woo. I was about to say you're about to
Alright.
Captain America throw your shield and just try to pinball it off everybody.
What else is disconcerting? How heavy is a ladder?
Is it a rope
Actually-
ladder? Oh, actually, what?
I have the... How heavy is a tarp? I have the weatherproof... Or the waterproof tarp.
Oh yeah, I think you made that out of a tent, if I recall
Yeah.
correctly, and a tent weighs 20 pounds. Assuming you take away all the poles and things used for a tent, it would still be at least 10 pounds.
All right, iron pot it is.
You do know I'm like about to die, right?
An
Well,
iron pot weighs 10 pounds.
weighs 10 pounds? Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
It's made of iron. It's
wow.
big. It's heavy.
Okay.
Just pick up a rock off the ground. I dare you.
All right.
Today we had to teach
I bet you won't.
Alan that something made out of iron
It's heavy.
is made
It's
out
heavy.
of iron.
Now let's think this through. What other magic items can we fuck up?
I have this this
We
lance
got
that
any
kills
potions
Arl.
of health? Yeah, we got any potions of health that we want to just fucking catapult?
Okay. Can I use a book? I have one of my books.
Yes, you can catapult an oil-soaked book at who?
Uh,
Oh no.
And who, Norm?
At who? Let me double
I
check.
think it's only.
How do you fucking spell catapult?
You said it looks like Cass is reffing, right?
He's at least he's standing there. Ventus is on the ground. Gil is grappling. When,
Okay. Well, I think from the crate I can't hit Gil. If Cass isn't actively fighting, then I wouldn't hit him. Then it would be win, right?
yes.
And I don't see Ventus like actually like involved in the fight either.
Correct.
He's
Here's
on
what
the
I will
ground.
say, and this will cause problems for your idea.
Okay.
For catapult, the object flies in a straight line up to 90 feet in a direction you choose, stopping early if it impacts against a solid surface. If you try to hit Win, it will probably more likely hit Kasimir or the rocks next to it. You're basically threading the needle of the catapult spell. I'll allow it. I might have you make a check to do so.
Yeah, why not push it? Let's see.
If they do it and use your inspiration.
Yeah.
Just go all the way. Do everything.
Yeah, let's do it.
So if you would, just make a straight intelligence roll. That is a tiny freaking gap. It's very crowded. I'm going to call it a DC 15 intelligence roll.
Intelligence. All right, 17.
Kasimir, you look over your shoulder in horror as you see Norm pull a rock up, or no, it was a book out of the crate, holding it air with just sheer
Yeah,
magic
alien from
will,
the south, swishing by.
and whoosh, throw it. Kasimir, it whizzes over your shoulder as it flies past. Norm, which book did you throw? What's the title of the book that Kasimir can read using the few words that he's learned how to read?
Aliens of the South.
Aliens of the South flies past your head and crashes into Win. Win, if you'll make a dex save for me. Or for Norm. I don't even know why I'm here.
Dexterity. Plus 1. 14.
What is
Dex save. Oh, it's 12.
So he saves, it flies past Win and crashes into the wall and explodes in a bunch of loose papers of terrible science fiction, fantasy science fiction, and oil.
And I don't really have anything for a bonus action. I'll summon my hammer,
You summon your hammer. Jesus.
and I go. What?
Ventus, it is your turn.
I will stand up. And I'll just ask why. Kind of like holding my arm.
I go, you know, Ventus, I've never really liked you. I'm just kidding. I'll drop the act. And you watch as his face finally melts. As Wynn's face melts away, you see that a second bulbous yellow eye, a dark navy blue, almost gooey like skin reveals itself to be a doppelganger.
Damn.
I'd say the opportunity begged for it.
So, all of it was a lie.
All of what? Oh, your little what? Your prince friendship thing? Oh, he's long gone. Probably out there frozen in the wilds now. A little fish sickle.
Oh.
I would like to squeeze harder.
So, that's yes then. It was a lie. Or you're not him.
No, I'm not.
Good.
Win, as you all called him.
That means I won't feel bad about this. And I would like to cast Furious Fist again at 2nd level. And I'm gonna sock you in the face. And I will instruct Gil to let go.
Okay.
Is this at advantage as I swing? If it's not, I'm just gonna use F to use the health action to give me advantage.
Can he do that?
Yes, he can.
I was about to say, if, like, instead of, like, bear hugging him, I just, and then, like, basically hold him as, like, still kind of grappled and
I
use that as
think
my...
given the circumstances, in the way that he's surrounded, you have Zeph to cause distractions and things. Xavier, I don't think you'll complain about this strike being an advantage. So go ahead and do it at advantage.
That fell on the floor.
Like it was such a big flourish.
Dude.
Natural.
There you go.
Ayo.
You wanna
So
roll damage,
that
double
second
dice?
level, that is 6d10.
Jesus.
Shit. Oh boy.
As Jotaro Kujo once said, your mistake was you pissed me off.
Oh, you are approaching me? Instead of running away, you are getting closer? I can't beat the shit out of you without getting closer.
Pretty much.
Oh my god, that spell is, that's literally, that's what that spell is for
Give
me.
it time. Give it a second. That's 50 even.
Holy shit.
50 even?
Yeah.
That knocks me out.
I just the wind coalesce and I just do straight up like a JoJo like aura. I just just like and the rest of you probably like get knocked back a little bit because there's just like an insane torrent of wind coalescing all around me, and I'm just and I'm gonna say that by the time I'm done, it's probably not very pretty. And someone will probably have to stop me.
I will stop you as you do the one punch. Because I'll say, maybe we should question him somewhat. I would like to know where Win is. I mean, it's nice that you want to beat the absolute fuck out of this changeling, but
He's dead. I
I mean, I'm not dead. Oh god, just chill out.
Yeah.
Let's say
I said it like to stop you after the first punch.
I'm say
Potato, potato.
if you want to try and swoop in with some kind of healing, you probably just have a brief moment to do so before this Win impersonator is gone. But that's up to y'all if you want to interfere in this last moment.
I mean, I personally would like to know where Win is.
So if you do it, Louis, you're more than welcome to. Do you want to use a medicine check or a
I'll use a
healing
good berry.
thing? A good berry?
He just toss it into my mouth as we can punch in the face.
Yes.
I get punched, my mouth's open, and Goodberry falls in. I'm just like back.
You're like, ah, damn it.
And I will say, like, in this moment of just like intense anger, the ones like the little couple strands of green in my otherwise like brown hair will glow a little bit, as if like more of the hair is kind of glowing with like a greenish glow. And as Louis does that, I'll stop, kind of regain myself, and I'll just kind of like leave the room, like just kind of like not in a huff, but just like in a I need to be away from this right now, and I will go in here.
I will say that I will allow him to, like, I'll give him the good berry, but I'll make sure that right afterward Ventus is able to punch him one more time so he's knocked out.
Nah, I'm already in the other room. You got it.
All right,
There are
cool.
plenty of people that are capable of doing that right now.
I'll do the big bonk then.
Do the big bomb.
I was about to say, I mean, at this point, I'm probably holding him with axe now. Like, I like the axe out since I'm right in his face.
So with that, with the one final big bonk, you look upon this slumped, slimy, alien-looking humanoid wearing Wind's armor and holding his hammer. Now slump down to the floor, and that's probably where we'll call it for this time, and then begin next time with questions and exploring and returning to Goodmead.
Kasimir still has his hand extended to where he tried to stop the warhammer,
It's
just kind of frozen in this look of confusion and betrayal and hurt. Yeah. So, hell of a knife twist.
yes.
That was a good.
I respect it.
I did not know what to expect about the send off for Win. To be honest, the thought I had in my mind is that he would take them up on being the
mayor.
mayor or the speaker of Goodmead or something. I was like, yeah, that sounds about like something Win would do. Total fucking left field blindside.
One of my favorite things about this whole thing is that y'all don't know how long it's been. This could have been a day, it's been a week, could have been
Whole time?
weeks.
Yeah.
We're gonna find out next time.
Yep. Yeah. And that was a lot of fun. And that was one of the Icewind Dale secrets. And when Xavier said at the beginning of the campaign, you're just like, yeah, I didn't come up with a secret for Win. I was like, all right. We'll hold on to it. See what happens. Oh man, good stuff. Ooh. Yeah.
Wow.
I wanna clip the reveal of when Xavier does it and all you were like,
Everyone's like,
Man, that reveal and the cauldron's fucked up.
We're just taking L's today,
Icewind
man.
Dale,
So
baby.
I want to say, I was going to just cast Guiding Bolt right at him. When I was standing on on top of that dude's dead body, and I had I used my channel divinity and everything.
yeah.
I was just going to stand up there and just smite him down with the bear. But then you two just one shot the bear, just
Yeah, that was
absolutely
so
just
bad.
wrecked the shit out of it. I was like, okay, I guess not now. Never mind.
Ayo.
I know, I was wondering when you were gonna Go for
Yeah.
it. No idea. And
I
then
mean,
you
if
sent
I
me a
was
text
doing
and
it-
said, it's time.
I mean, I probably would have bound him after putting him to sleep, and then dragged him to a more remote location, and then fucking bashed his brains in. But you know,
You got to get a job done quick.
Game
and
respect
it's
game.
Short frame of window. You know, you just got to get the work done.
You freaking just whipping that first attack.
That's
That was some shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was
no.
Ventus. That was definitely
Incredible.
Ventus' saving grace. There was no way.
yeah. Oh yeah. Because y'all were. It was the thing that worked out perfectly was that like everyone was away helping out Norman's greasy body.
Yeah. So in a way, Norm almost killed Ventus.
Yeah, this is all Norm's fault.
Wynn said, "I need a distraction."
Maybe that's why Wynn liked Norm so much, is because like that guy's gonna be really handy later.
That guy's gonna get just. He's gonna fuck up somehow. I just know it.
Instrumental.
And now the party's gonna think Norm was in on it, and it's gonna be a whole thing.
They're gonna throw me in the fire.
Woof. Okay. Oh, I need to look at the. I haven't looked at chat in a hot minute. What level is this? Should be more right. 2d12 at 5th level. I level 4. Yeah, we're on level 4 yet. Taking the bird's nest in action position, even if it can help. Yeah, I don't know. Find familiar is kind of weird. It can do some things, can't do other things. I never know what it can and cannot do. Because I know there's like the Pact of the Chain? Is that the...
Yeah, that just lets you get a better familiar.
Yeah, I think,
Yeah.
I thought it let you do... I don't know.
It lets you do some extra
It
stuff,
lets you
but
like
it's
attack
not
with your... I don't remember.
Your
But yeah.
You can cast spells through your familiar if they're touch.
I, think
I don't know
you
if
can
that's
just
normal
do
or
that
not.
as fine.
I don't remember if that's
There's
normal
so
or
many
not.
rules to find familiar, I can't ever remember them all. But yeah, not quite 5th level yet. One of these days.
Eventually.
Right now, they're just side questing. Doing some fun stuff, getting money, getting loot.
This is a hell of a side quest.
Occasional. Yeah. Can you imagine if, like, later on you're fighting Arl, if it had happened then instead?
Ooh.
Fighting Arl, and all of a sudden Wynn's like, ha!
That
And then
would've
kills
been-
Ventus, and you're down an extra party member, because,
Yeah, down a healer.
yep.
Down the cleric who just killed the wizard and betrayed the party. That'd been brutal.
And then Arl just goes, "Listen, you guys clearly need to,
You need to
figure some
regroup."
stuff
Yeah, sort out your own issues. We'll come,
things.
you guys need to sort out your own issues. We'll come back to this whole thing later. It's fine. Just
Yeah.
go on.
I love the idea of y'all Jarl being like, yikes.
Yeah.
Woof, sorry guys. That's rough beats. Here, let me cast Cure Wounds on you. It's fine because you need it.
I think some people had it rough out here, but damn.
Yeah, you guys, you are the ones who made it here, of all people? Whoa, jeez.
Yay, we have a paladin for healing now.
And 2
A
rangers.
A paladin who's primarily damage based.
Yeah, I
You
don't
say-
have cure wounds.
You say 2 rangers, like we actually get any spells.
Like straight up, I just have lay on hands as healing.
I just really wanted to up the survival aspect of
Yeah,
this
yeah,
campaign.
Honestly,
You
you
know,
kind of did.
just like,
Well,
Please pick
if
that.
Gil dies, I guess I'm playing a cleric next.
Listen, in a pinch, I can catapult a health potion to you. So.
Yeah,
I think that might do more damage.
yeah, you get the benefits of the health potion, but you do take a D4 of piercing damage as the glass shards
Shatter in your
lacerate
throat.
your esophagus.
Balances that.
Christ.
So for people who watch the VOD or for Nobushi Nueve, who it looks like he's still here.
Yeah.
Those dice did know the assignment. Xavier will be stepping back for a little while. So the party will be down a player. And I just realized that you guys will not have your dark vision machine anymore. So you're gonna have to get some
Alright.
torches and lanterns.
We found out about that literally last session, so
I've got 90 feet. I'll be
I
fine.
mean, I've always had 300 just sitting on me. I'm walking around with that one. I got 20-20 or 150-150, I guess.
Win puts on his glasses. They're super thick. Rangers are smart, though. Survival solves a lot of problems. It can. Somewhat in Icewind Dale. Doesn't solve many problems when there's not a whole lot of plants and animals to hunt and forage. We'll find out, though, because you guys are still in 10 towns. You haven't really actually gone out into the tundra yet.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the game will change a little bit. And you don't, no create food and water. All that good stuff. We'll see, though. Xavier and I have already come up with ideas of if Wynn is still around, if Wynn ever existed. All that good stuff. So who knows, maybe he'll be a helpful NPC by the end. Or Arl's first in command.
Oh,
Or a
Fun.
Spike cameo.
Or a Spike cameo
Yeah, this is all my elaborate plan. Just get Spike in here.
to play Spike. Oh Lord.
Spike. Isn't he somebody else now?
Oh, Romulus. Yeah.
Good lord, this code is fucking what's a D&D creature? This code is a doppelganger's toenail up in here.
There we go.
incredible.
Those things are famously cold.
This town ain't cold enough.
The two of us. Terrible. So yes, I believe we said we are not going to play next week. But if you're interested, just turn on your notifications for the channel, so you know when we go live. Usually on Mondays, not every Monday though, just depending on what we've got going on. Adult things, by the way, funny use of major image. I think it generates the feeling of heat for comfort. Does it actually generate heat, or is it an illusion of heat? So does it make you feel warm, but you actually don't get warm?
It's like alcohol.
Yeah.
Don't worry, guys. I'll cast major image. Pulls out a bottle of whiskey. Oh God. But with that is the Dragon of Age, quote Louis.
I can't let that be the last quote. Hang on. You know what? Good enough.
Rock'em sock.
Rock'em sock'em. That's apt. So with that, what's the thing we say?
I have no clue.
Don't trust anyone. They'll be a doppelganger and try to kill you.
Raise Dale, praise hail.
Dale.
Raise Dale, praise hail.
Wait, so now we need a necromancer in the party so we can
Yeah.
literally raise a guy named Dale.
I
And then
love
attack
shit,
him.
Dale.
An ice spike to the butt is better than an ice spike to the face. I always say.